What's up, everyone? This is Dale from Upstate Bets and DFS. I'm here with my partner Reoz, bringing you guys this five-game slate here on Taco Tuesday. So we're back on Prize Picks as always. We're doing the NBA main slate here, just 5 games. I think we got a lot of good games here. There's some teams that are starting to get a little bit more healthy, and you start to realize in the DFS world how confusing it can be when teams are just constantly switching their lineups. People are moving in and out. Rotations are different night in, night out. But we're adjusting as best as we can. So if you want to stay updated and in the loop for all things like that, you can hop in our free Discord in the description, and that'll give you a lot of updates. It's a really good community in there, and people are posting some lineups that they like and everything like that. So really good community you can hop in. That's in the description as well. If you've never played Prize Picks before, please use promo code UPSTATE. That'll give you a 100% deposit match on your first deposit up to $100. So if you haven't signed up, all you got to do is punch in Upstate. If you deposit 100, you get 100 back to play with. Even if you wanted to do 25, that works for the promotion as well. So Prize Picks is a very easy way to play, man. You take the over/under on certain player props here in the points category. Someone like Derek White's at 17.5. You could take the over or the under on him. You can mix and match sports. They got college sports, esports, PGA, tennis, soccer. I mean, a lot of different things to play with, and a lot of different sports to attack. So really fun way to play. A nice change of pace. You're playing against the house, not a bunch of lineups. So really happy that we started doing Prize Picks over here. The channel's been doing really well. Thanks to you guys. You guys have been killing it on the support. So we also do some premium content that we offer, and Riaz is going to tell you about that.
Yeah, there's no better time to sign up for the Patreon in the beginning of the month. If you're ever wondering when we don't put out a video who we're on, that's definitely the best place to go and check it out. We do everything over there between NBA Monday through Sunday. We have every single slate for NFL Monday, Thursday, Saturday night, the full main slate for NFL. So definitely a great place to go and check out our picks. And we even throw a couple bets on there. We're going to kind of move into the betting on there as well. So just a bunch of content. Definitely an awesome value for that. You can find it at www.patreon.com/upstate.
Yeah, we've been kind of crushing it over there. We started off the month really hot last night. There was a lot of things that just didn't go our way, but we're going to keep attacking that. We have some really exciting things that are coming out, as the month unfolds. So thank you to everyone that's joined so far. We appreciate all the support. And let's get into the slate, man. So like I said, it's Taco Tuesday. So what Prize Picks does on Tuesdays, they'll give certain players a taco. Take, for example, Pascal Siakam. He's one guy that has received a taco before, so his line might get dropped to let's say 17.5, 18.5. They'll give you a little bit of a discount. You're only allowed to play up to $25 on these players, but you can definitely put them in a 4-pick power or a 5-pick flex, whatever you want to do. You can run a 2-pick power. But sometimes the tacos aren't the greatest. Sometimes they'll throw you a bone and give you a tremendous line, but sometimes they are still lines that are sketchy. I mean, Siakam at 17.5. I mean, it's not guaranteed for him to hit every single night at that line, but it is a solid discount. So we'll see what happens. I have no idea who's going to get one today, but I'd really like to see some good ones because I got burnt on that Jokic one last week. But besides for the fact, let's hit this points category. Riaz, who do you like?
Yeah, I like Sabonis here at 21 and a half. A lot of guys missing in this game. On the Knicks side, there's no Walker, no Derrick Rose, no Julius Randle, and then for the Pacers side, no Chris Levert and no Brogdon. So there's going to be a lot of minutes spread out throughout this team, a lot of role players coming in. And one person who's just been steady over the past 2 games is Sabonis. I mean, 32 against Cleveland 2 nights ago. New Year's Eve, 24 against Chicago. Just playing really, really great as of late. So it's hard not to go back to him and not having to deal with Julius Randle down low. He'll probably have Mitchell Robinson against him. Just kind of suits him even more to smash this line.
Yeah, he's been looking pretty good. He gives you a little bit of a 3-point upside too as well. He's not going to go out there and hit a ton, but the fact that also Randall is questionable in this game as well. I'm not sure if he's going to play, but it gives all more upside to Sabonis. Yeah, right now, I mean, he just cleared health and safety protocols, so we're not sure if Rando's going to be in there or not. But either way, I think Sabonis looks really good in that spot. Scrolling down a little bit, I mean, Devin Booker has been up and down so far this season. He's been like smashing some nights, 38 against OKC. But I think this is a matchup against the Pelicans where I think he really could shine. Not a guy that I'm really going to be on every single night, but offers that scoring upside that sometimes you can't pass up. And then Herbert Jones, man, I mean, got us there last night, and every time, Ingram starts to not play as many minutes. Last night he played 31, which is like, I'd say probably 8 to 9 less than his usual. Herbert Jones can usually get us there, but it looks like Ingram tonight is going to be fully active and ready to play his full workload. So anyone else here in the points category, I know you got Darius Garland who might come back, which affects some of these Cav guys. So anyone here, really catch your eye?
There's not too many that catch my eye. I really want to target some of these guys for the Kings, but it's just really tough to get there. I mean, De'Aaron Fox has been so up and down this season, but I love going after Lakers guys or players that are going against the Lakers, especially like a guy like De'Aaron Fox who can pull up from three and then also drive and get a couple and ones. And 24 against Miami is really nice to see, but just his last five just really haven't been that great. So I don't want to say take the under here, but De'Aaron Fox is definitely someone to take a look at for sure.
Yeah, and the last time these guys played, I mean, they've had some duels so far this season. I mean, realistically, they had that overtime game, which was nice. LeBron's a guy that's been just like absolutely smashing. Didn't get there against Minnesota, but I think he's still viable at 30. I mean, I know it seems like a lot, but he's just that guy. Realistically in the offense, he's going to take a ton of shots. I mean, not much to say about LeBron James. And then over at the top, man, I wanted to mention some of these guys, like Derek White. With no. Oh, no, DeJounte Murray is what I meant to say. And, he's a guy that can go out there and definitely shoot the ball and give you like an upside of like 3 to 4 3-pointers, which can help you get there pretty easy. So just wanted to bring him up too. And that's pretty much it for me in points.
Yeah, let's jump over to rebounds.
So for rebounds, man, I mean, Siakam's been getting some center run, and he's been absolutely smashing the boards. I mean, they've been rolling him out there at the center position. Kind of a smaller lineup with Scotty Barnes, Van Vliet, Anunoby has been back and playing well. So Siakam's been grabbing a ton of boards. You saw 19 against the Clippers and then 14 against the Knicks. Now they're going against San Antonio. And Podol definitely can give him some issues down there. Podol's pretty solid. Foul trouble is always a problem when you're kind of going after a guy that's, playing the center position. But I think Siakam here looks pretty good.
Yeah, without a doubt. The Spurs give up so many offensive boards. It's kind of crazy to see just the fact that they play so small, and this Toronto team plays probably one of the bigger lineups in the league with Siakam, Barnes, and Anunoby. So definitely a good one to look at. And even right below him, I mean, between Jared Allen and Mobley, two guys that are going to be kind of just another team that plays really big with Kevin Love in the mix, Marketing. It's just really crazy to see how big this team actually plays. And against Memphis, they play 3-4 guards at some point. They kind of leave Jared Jackson Jr. down low as just their center when Steven Adams is off the court. So I can definitely see both those guys hitting that over here tonight.
Yeah, Allen's a guy that was like absolutely smashing boards early on in the season. He was scoring the ball. He started to score the ball a lot more in the offense, and his rebounds kind of came down a little bit. I like his rebounds here today. I mean, you look at the last five, you haven't seen much, but we know as a player, previously in his time with Brooklyn and here on Cleveland too, like he's just been a tremendous rebounder. That's pretty much what got him his name realistically in this league, and I like him here in this spot. Like Memphis plays small, like you said, and I don't think really much of that team can give him issues. Other than that, you got Westbrook, LeBron, two guys that are triple-double factors. Jalen Smith has been getting some solid run. It's about time. I mean, they drafted him, mid-first round a couple years ago, and it's about time they start giving him some run. Now with some injuries and stuff like that, and and some COVID things going on with the team, he's been hitting the boards pretty well lately. 9 is sketchy to me, and realistically though, I mean he's viable, I'd say. And then who else looks good?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely do not mind Smith with DeAndre and being listed as out. We just saw Gobert absolutely destroy the Pelicans last night. I mean, definitely a different category between Gobert and Smith, but Smith is definitely a guy who can go out there and rack up 11, 12, even 14 against OKC. So definitely not a bad play there. And then I would love Bagley if he got more minutes, but the fact he only plays 20, 25 minutes is just tough to see. There's so many guys on the Kings that play. They probably have the biggest rotation in the league. They play eight, nine, eight guys. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they got to do something with Bagley realistically. I mean, they just kind of been like not even releasing him really. I mean, like he doesn't even play upwards of 30 minutes some nights, and it's like frustrating that they can't just trade the guy, because I think he's a solid player. So over in the assist category too, very slim today. Realistically, this is a category that usually has a ton of guys, but either way, it's a smaller slate. Not everything is out yet, and Halliburton's a guy that has been smashing, lately. And he's a guy that's got ball handling responsibilities now on this team, similar to what we saw with Bradley Beal, the shift, and now Bradley Beal is taking over the point guard role and whatnot, and the primary ball handler, and his assists have gone up. Halliburton's in that role. Just curious on what you think about him tonight.
Yeah, I actually dropped this in the Discord early this morning just to get people's thoughts, and I like this under for Halliburton. Nine seems like a lot for him. I was on him a couple nights ago against Miami, and he had 12. And yeah, we are seeing a lot of stretch of games where he is getting over this nine, but uh, it's tough for me to take somebody who just continues to do it. Some streaks always come to an end. We saw that with Jared Allen. We saw that with Joe Mixon for NFL. Nine just seems a lot. If it was at 7.5, even 8, I would go for it. But I think he's going to get 7, 8 here tonight and just fall assist or two below this 9.5 or this 9.
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely seen a lot of people with tremendous hit rates. They're going like 9 out of the last 10, and it feels like it's an easy one that you can just hammer. But that's just not how it works, man, in DFS. And it's just crazy. And, God forbid something like, injuries and people foul out, and it's just tough. So usually unders are the most likely to hit night in, night out. But I know the brain just automatically gravitates to the over. So that's what we always pick too. I mean, it's just a lot more fun to just root for a guy to go out there and play better. So realistically for me here, I mean, Van Fleet is a guy that has been, playing pretty well. And with Anunoby coming back too, just ultimately just gives him more shooters to work with. So I don't mind him in that spot either at 6.5 assists, and then I think that's pretty much it. Chris Paul is a guy who can go out there and just give it to you any given night. 16 against Charlotte coming off that game, which is really nice. But for me, I think that's it.
Yeah, I'm definitely with you with Van Vliet. I mean, just a great ball handler, and has great court vision. And like you said, with Anunoby coming back, he just has so many options, just so many playmakers around him. And then even Sabonis at 6.5, we've seen that triple double upside for him. And with no Levert, no Brogdon, someone's got to really step up and get the ball moving around here. And we've seen Sabonis do it time after again. And 7 against Cleveland, 7 against the Hornets, and he's just been close to this line. 6.5 does seem like a lot, but that's just one I wanted to highlight.
Yeah, no doubt. He's a guy that we haven't seen him much this season, but really could give you a triple double any given night. And then over in threes, man, very shallow today. Guys like Devin Booker is a guy that takes a good volume of shots. Fournier is a guy that we were on early on in the season, especially in the month of December. He was playing very well, but he slowed down as of late. And then Van Fleet, he's got the highest line here, and he's been shooting the ball really, really good from deep. 7 3-pointers against the Knicks, 6 and 6 against the Warriors in Brooklyn, and he's got a little bit less of a matchup here against San Antonio, especially with no DeJounte Murray. So he's a guy I think that looks solid tonight.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, Fournier, it's going to be definitely interesting to see his minutes. We know quickly comes off the bench. Alec Burks, but with no Rose, no Walker, I'm really kind of debating taking this over 2.5. But it's really tough to see that the amount of guards this New York Knicks team has is kind of crazy to see. They got to start getting rid of some of these. So RJ Barrett can play a little more consistently. Derrick Rose can play more consistently. I mean, they added Kemba, and we just haven't really seen the minutes there. So that's a tough one for me.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think that, with all the injuries, Fournier is going to get, a really solid run. So, I mean, just, in terms of minutes and volume, could get us there. And then some of these guys at point 0.5, Westbrook, Herbert Jones, I have very little interest in either of these guys. If you got anyone else here, we can talk about them, or you want to go to fantasy score?
I mean, Harrison Barnes is definitely a guy to take a look at. 5 out of the last 5 playing against this Lakers team, and this is probably going to be one of the higher scoring games on this slate. And just a great track record. I mean, 5 against OKC, 3 against Memphis. But like I said before, just a lot of guys that come in and out on this team. But with Harrison Barnes playing well, we saw early on in the season he was playing really well. So 1.5 really doesn't scare me for him.
Yeah, with the hit rate, it looks really good in my opinion as well. Um, like there's just a bunch of guys on that squad too, and it's just like Buddy Hield can come out there out of nowhere and get some solid run, and then just like I don't know, it's so weird with the Kings night in night out. Their team, especially if you know in the Discord, that I always just fade every single time they're on the slate because I've gotten burnt so many times. But over in fantasy score, man, who do you like?
I like Scotty Barnes here. I haven't talked about him in a while. 4 out of the last 5. Pretty awful game against the Knicks, but just so much upside for this guy. He goes out, scores 15, 17 points. We know his rebounding is there, and the fact that he gets 4 or 5 assists almost every single game is really great to see. And then his defense goes without even having to talk about it. I mean, he gets a couple blocks. He's definitely a great defensive player, and with this team getting healthy, I think Anunoby and Siakam playing down at the center really opens up the floor for Scotty Barnes.
Yeah, early on in the season, we were really on Scotty Barnes. Tremendous rebounder and really has some solid scoring upside. So I think if he's a guy that's been going under the radar lately on the Toronto team. I think he's a very valuable option to smash. And like on Price Picks, man, you get the solid bonus for blocks and steals, and he's a tremendous defender. It's always going out there and probably guarding the toughest assignment on the other team. So I really like him tonight as well. Scrolling down for me, I mean, there's really not much that I'm really loving. I think LeBron, just off of his recent games, 58 seems like, a tad high, but really could get you there. And then Smith, if he can go out there and give you a couple of blocks and whatnot, that would definitely add to his upside. If he can give you 10 and 10 and a couple blocks, really would add to that upside to get you to 32. And then for me, I mean, that's pretty much it, man. I mean, I got to see what's going on with these Cavaliers guys, if Garland decides to play or not, so we'll see what goes on there. And then I just wanted to mention Ja at the end, too. I mean, out of the last 5, been smashing realistically, and they killed Brooklyn last night. Really good game out of those Memphis guys, and I think tonight they can keep it going.
Yeah, without a doubt. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about Kevin Love. His line's sitting at 33. I would love to see more categories with Kevin Love, with his points, with his rebounds, but this is a guy who just continues to smash every single night, and we haven't seen him on Prize Picks. We're finally getting fantasy score from him. 5 out of the last 5. He does it in 20 minutes. He does it in 25 minutes. If he plays 30 minutes, he's going to smash this. For some reason, when Kevin Love touches the court, he just shoots the ball upwards of 15 times. He's just been playing unbelievable. And against this Memphis team, we really do not know how this game is going to pan out. But Kevin Love just seems to always smash every single night. So I'm glad he's on the board here tonight.
Yeah, you nailed it on the head, man. We've been just waiting for some Kevin Love lines, like points. At least throw us a bone on some points or something like that. I mean, just nothing. They just throw him out there, throw him out there in fantasy score because, like that rotation gets iffy sometimes with Kevin Love. Like you don't know how many minutes he's really gonna play. But in fantasy score, the 5 out of the last 5 looks amazing, and he's been smashing. So I think that'll wrap things up, man. Like I said. In the Discord, you'll definitely see some things that will update you on terms of Taco Tuesday. Other people in there will tell you what they like. If they don't like it, you'll get thoughts from us. And then with the Patreon content, you'll definitely see who we're in and out on tonight. Who we're playing, some lineups that we're going to be punching in. So really good content over there. The link is in the description for all that stuff. Thank you guys, and we'll catch you on the next video.